Hey everyone, welcome back to bageltcg. Today we're going to be looking at kind of a predictive tier list of what the Uprising Classic Constructed meta is going to look like. Before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Whoop'em Wizard. You can use the affiliate link in the description to support the channel and get 5% back on all box breaks. I also want to thank our newest Patreon since our last video, our newest patron, Sean O'Connor. Thank you for your support. If you want to support as well as get other cool perks like long form videos and cool giveaways, my Patreon is also in the description. Let's hop into it here. So you can see we've got the tier list pulled up here. And the way I'm kind of going to do this is a little bit different than a normal tier list, just because, for this one, it's not like set in stone, right? This is me making guesses. It is not me telling you like for sure this is what's good and what's not good. It's me saying like, I think these heroes are going to be good. I think these heroes have a chance to be good. I think these heroes probably won't be good, right? So the top tier I'm going to say is going to be the heroes that I think are definitely going to be good. I think these three heroes are the most likely to be like the three best heroes in the format, right? And a few things it's going to be hard for me to predict exactly where the Uprising heroes lie. So they could maybe impact what it looks like, right? But I think off the bat, my guess is that Briar is the best deck, Oldhim is the second, and Prism is the third. But that is like I said, that is I don't have as much information. Even though I've been testing weekly for the past month or so with these Uprising heroes, it's not that easy to say, oh, this is exactly where I think they're going to be. I think they all have some pretty strong potential, but I think that these three heroes have proven themselves to be quite powerful. And I think they will all put up some solid results in the meta. I think these are probably the top three. So I'm going to put this top tier as just like the heroes I think will definitely be good. The next tier, we'll start with the heroes that I think have a very, very high chance to be good. And let's see. I think this is probably it. So we're not touching Uprising heroes yet. I think these five heroes all have quite a good chance to be good. So maybe this is like tier 1 and tier 2. Like I said, this is predictive, so this could fluctuate a little. I mean, maybe like Lexi ends up being really good and it's more like this. But I'd say right now, it's probably like a similar order to like this I would put it in. But I think these are probably the heroes that we have right now that are probably really good. They're going to be tier 2, maybe tier 1.5, maybe tier 1. But I think these all are heroes that are really strong, getting either good support or already are pretty established. And I think will continue to be good into the new meta. So I'd say these have like the best chance. Top tier is like the best chance to be good, and like the second best chance to be good, right? Now this is where I'm going to add in some Uprising heroes. I'm going to put Phi and Jermai here. I think the Draconic talent is pretty strong. We've been struggling in our testing a little to make Phi a better aggro deck than Briar. For the most part, Briar has just felt like the better aggro deck. And I think Jeremiah is just a really hard deck to figure it out, right? Like, how do you want to be full aggro? Do you want to be control? Somewhere in the middle? Your opponents have to think really hard about how they want to kill your dragons, if they want to kill your dragons. The sequencing for her is pretty weird. She's definitely maybe the strangest hero we've ever had, or at least recently. And she's definitely a bit of a head scratcher to play, to build, to fight against. She's very unique, right? But I think she has that power behind her. So these are where I'm going to put these two Uprising heroes for now. And I think Icelander is just under them here. Icelander, I think she's lacking a little in the damage department. And the problem is, even though she can, give her opponent frostbites and slow them down, they're still going to be dealing some amount of damage to her. They don't deal 0 damage a turn. And she might she kind of just bleeds out, right? So like if your opponent starts their turn, you don't get priority yet, right? And your opponent goes, I'm going to throw this 2 for 6 at you, right? Presenting 6 damage. Now, like, you don't only need to block that, but now you want to pitch and make frostbites and do other stuff like that. And it's really hard for her deck to pitch to make frostbites, using card from Arsenal, to block and to deal damage all at the same time. It's been a little hard. It could definitely be just us on our team struggling to figure this one out. but I'm a little less confident on Icelander than I am on these Draconic heroes. The rest of B tier, so these are kind of the heroes that I think have the, this is probably everyone else, right? This is like the tier of like, we probably don't need 5 tiers here. I could split it a bit more. Like, I think these heroes are probably worse. Maybe Katsu moves up because he's getting some ninja support. Maybe it's more like this, and we just don't need a D tier, really. It might not be a necessary tier to have here. But like, this could be like, these heroes, I think I'm kind of in between on, right? I guess I would say these heroes I think are unlikely to be good. I don't think they weren't good in the last meta. I don't think they'll be particularly good in the new meta. But I think these heroes are kind of in between, right? Like, I think all of these heroes have a good potential to be good. I think these bottom 4 heroes don't have much potential to be good, but I think these 3 are kind of in between, right? Like, Viserai still has some nice Runeblade support. Katsu's was always pretty solid, and his worst matchup was almost definitely Starvo. He struggles into the Crown of Seeds Rampart decks, and with one of those leaving the meta, his only horrible matchup truly is like Oldham still, right? But I think he's definitely getting some support. So I think these 3 heroes are kind of in between. I think they could be good, but I think there is some wiggle room of like they might end up here, or Viserai could be here, or Viserai could be here. He's more just always here. Maybe he's just in the middle. But yeah, I'd say that's mostly the tier list. This one's kind of short and sweet because I don't have as much information as I'd like to give about like for the reasons for all of this, right? I think you could speak a lot onto how each of these is, but this is more just like a bit of gut instinct and a bit of just how I think it's gonna turn out with the few weeks of testing that I've had with my team so far. My gut tells me these are going to be the best, and this and this and this, and also like I said, the testing I've gotten. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to end up. If you guys have different opinions, if you want to discuss it, I'd love to talk with you guys in the comments. I'll definitely have more tier lists coming out as we get closer. Like as I get more testing in, as we get closer to the Classic Constructed meta and to the release date on July 1st now in the US. So unfortunately, like I said, US is pushed to July 1st. I know other countries will likely be starting on the 24th, but I am in the US, so I don't get to play CC at Armories until the 1st. So might be a little behind there because of that, but super excited still to play this format. If you actually do want to hear some of my longer form thoughts, that is exactly where I put it on my Patreon. I think YouTube is a better place for this kind of short and sweet content, kind of show you guys what I think is good, give you a little bit of reasoning behind it. People get pretty happy with just being able to see a nice tier list like this. If you want to hear me sit here for an hour and talk about each hero in a bit of a rambly, laid-back way, that is what I put out on my Patreon for the 2nd and 3rd tier. So as always, though, thank you guys for the support. I hit 1K. That just sunk in, actually. I didn't even think about that until the end here. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 1K subscribers. That's amazing. I don't know exactly what kind of giveaway you guys want me to do. What would you be interested in? Maybe Uprising, maybe like a box of Uprising could be a cool giveaway. Maybe I could do like a box break and have multiple winners so that you each get like a different Majestic instead of just one person winning. Or is there something different? Is there something you guys want to see me do for 1K? I don't know. Give me some feedback. I haven't decided yet, but it will hopefully come in the next 2 weeks or so. Maybe I'll figure it out for what I'm going to do for the 1K giveaway. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. And we'll just keep chugging along here, making some hopefully high quality competitive Flesh and Blood content. But as always, I'll see you guys next time.